Binance is in this very interesting position right now, in that there was first of all, the Kevin OLeary. I mean, I
almost had to take a Twitter break.
So to blame Binance for FTX's demise is almost unconscionable. I don't know how you, from a purely unbiased standpoint, get there. And then it turns out he took $15 million from FTX.
Michael,
right, he took $15 million from FTX.
He's an actor. He's an actor. He's been given a script, okay, by the government. Here's what you say. Kevin OLeary got up in congressional testimony and said the reason FTX went under is because Binance attacked them.
Yeah, I agree.
That it's not a lie. It's a stupid, ridiculous statement. I mean,
I agree.
It's not a lie like a misstatement of a fact. It's his opinion, but it is propaganda. That's what it is, propaganda to sell a narrative. That look, I think you told me a couple weeks ago that somebody's mom that you knew was like, oh, that poor boy, right? About Sam. I'm like, what do you mean that poor boy?
For the record, I think he's losing that battle now. I mean, he's
no, for sure.
Yeah. But
the court of public opinion changed. But my point is I absolutely believe that was not rogue Kevin. I believe that was an intentional plan. I don't think anything in these congressional hearings is accidental. They invited this idiot professor, I can't even remember her name, who spewed incredible amounts of nonsense, like just factually incorrect data about blockchains and crypto. And I mean, there are plenty of smart people they could have invited in. There was some other influencer that they invited. What the hell?
Right. I'm actually sorry. I found this interview that he gave on CNN. He dedicated his life to basically being this like crypto mythbuster, very skeptic. And he is one of 4 people that gets called to testify in this public hearing. It's like, what? Come on. I mean, what kind of, I don't, we think differently about this. Like, I just think that's a clown show. I just think it's complete incompetence it's embarrassing.
See, they got you, Michael. They got you. It is not incompetence. It is intentional obfuscation of the facts to get an outcome, right? The outcome that these people want is the war and legislation and people hate in China. Those are the outcomes that people want. And if we blame China for this, and we get, I mean, this is akin, right? This is a 9/11, Patriot Act moment. This is a, global financial crisis, Dodd-Frankenstein moment. You're telling me that however many 100-page bill was written in the last 2 weeks? Are you freaking kidding me? No, it wasn't. It's been in the works for months and months. And just like it's not a coincidence that Bitcoin's birthday is in the middle of the global financial crisis, it wasn't created on that day. It was created for many months, even years before. It was released precisely at an exact time. And there's a whole bunch of other stuff that is truly disconcerting now. I had no idea that Peter Thiel studied under Sam's dad.
I didn't realize that either. Actually, I didn't realize that until right now.
I'm blown away. And you know who comes in 8th on the list of donors to Democratic Party? So Soros is number 1. Sam was number 2. You know who's number 8?
Oh.
Peter. Wait a minute. Peter was the guy who Trump was so buddy with. He's the number 8 donor to the Democratic Party. So there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. And this is the first time I'm going to say this publicly. And I've said it before, kind of naming names, but on the Friday where we had a collection of us that were ready to fund BlockFi so that they didn't have to take the FTX deal, Peter Thiel's group backed out. No explanation, just we're not going to do it. They had $330 million invested in this company, and they walked away. Still makes no sense. All you do is throw in 50, 60 million bucks, which to Peter is like me putting a $5 bill out of my pocket. And it just hit me right now, live, that wasn't an accident. I don't believe that was an accident. And I think this is all a very, look, and you and I will disagree until it's proven one way or the other. But I think this is a very elaborate, I think there's nothing accidental. Of course you put on a clown show, because it's not accidental that SBF was supposed to testify, right? Oh, he's arrested, he's detained. Okay. But he happens to have this perfectly typed out transcript that just gets leaked. Really?
So here's my take on all of this is that, so I read that transcript. By the way, everyone should give that transcript. Just read the opening. You know what? I'm going to pull up the opening sentence for you here because it is.
I like the abbreviated version.
Mark, how classic is this? This is what he planned to say. This is how he planned to open his statement. I would like to start by formally stating, under oath, I fucked up. Dude, what is this? Are you apologizing to your fraternity for absolutely like not buying enough beer for your party? You lost $10 billion, my man. That is not how you begin a testimony like that. But it's just so classic.
No, but Michael, that's all part of the clown show. That wasn't, he didn't write that. That was written and leaked for him. This is really crazy stuff. And we haven't talked about the Warren bill. That should make everyone who's listening to this
should. I think that's not going to pass,
podcast,
the Warren bill.
I hope you're right. If it does, this is a very difficult road to hoe.
Yeah.
And if you are in crypto and you are not terrified by this bill, and people say, oh, I can get around it. I'll VPN out and I'll buy my crypto. Okay. But they're basically going to criminalize, which, look, people always said, government will just ban crypto. They can't ban crypto. It's decentralized. It just pops up everywhere else. But what you can do is what they've done. You can reduce confidence through this public clown show spectacle of FTX, which I believe was completely made up from day one. You can then criminalize holding it outside the system, the KYC, AML system. And look, I still think, I said this last week, I used to laugh when people like Elizabeth Warren would say, oh, crypto's only used for money laundering. And she keeps doubling down on that, tripling down on that. Well, I used to laugh because I didn't realize that she had inside information, that they're the biggest money launderers. I mean, the whole FTX thing, it's a money laundering scam. Like, if you looked up the word money laundering, it would show you how to do it using SBF, shell companies, transferring money from one company to another, routing it through foreign countries, banking in the Bahamas. That's what money laundering is. So I'm very concerned about where this is headed.
I think, I just want to say one thing, and then I want to move on because we haven't talked very much about Tether, and I want to get to implications of what all this could mean. And I also have a slight counter narrative that I want to make sure we get in here, just make sure we're saying is balanced. I would have more sympathy to the idea that this was a perfectly orchestrated takedown if I saw an immense amount of confidence being exercised in other aspects of government, but I don't. That's just not how I view it. I think the Occam's razor simplest explanation for me, I'm not sure this is any more positive than what you're saying, but I think that we see institutional rot spread across a whole bunch of different swaths of society. And at the end of the day, is it worse if it's corruption? Yeah. But is it really long-term worse if they're just that incompetent? No, it's similar outcomes, kind of. We need people. We're lacking trust in government. We're lacking trust in media, in education, in the healthcare system. I mean, you cannot have a society continue to function like this for a long period of time. And I don't want to always say this view because it just sounds so darn negative. But I also, and I don't have many solutions for it. But what I do know is that we need to fix this stuff.